There's a verse in the Bible in 3 John verse 2. He says, I wish above all else that you would prosper and be in health, in good health, even as your soul prospers. And this verse is very powerful because it's giving us a picture of how all the other aspects of our life flow and derive from a healthy soul as our soul is prospering. He's saying that your physical health and your financial health and the rest of the areas of your life are all going to be healthy and successful and prosperous when your soul is prospering. A lot of people focus on financial prosperity and they miss the whole concept of soul prosperity, because when your soul is prospering, it's like a snowball effect. It begins to impact and affect all the other areas of your life. So I believe in attacking our soul life and making our soul whole, getting a healthy soul, which will lead to healthy habits. I believe healthy beliefs and victorious mindsets, winning mindsets, lead to a life of health, a life of well-being. And we got to address one of the most important things in life, and that is money. And we have to address our relationship with it. For years, people have misquoted, or they've quoted this. They've said money is the root of all evil, but it's not true. Money is not the root of all evil, nor is money evil. And the verse that people are misquoting in the Bible is taken from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10, where it says, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And then he goes on to say, and some people craving money have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Now we have to stop right there for a moment and talk about sorrow, because there's a great verse in Proverbs that says that it is the Lord that makes one rich and he adds no sorrow to it. It is the Lord who brings blessing and he adds no sorrow to it. So when it's God's riches, when it's God's blessing, when it's God's success, when it's heavenly success, there's no sorrow with it. There might be work with it, there might be responsibility, but not sorrow. But when you're pursuing money, when money is your objective, it's just about money, 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 that's when you give yourself over to sorrow. Money has a way to make a lot of people feel bad. If it's not treated and put in the right context, money it'll hurt. And the decisions that you make will hurt you. And the pursuit of it will frustrate you. So it's not money that's evil. It's the love of it. And that word love it comes from the Greek word phileo, which is a friendship love, a love that it's an attachment to it. So a wrong relationship with money is a relationship where you're attached to money and you can't let it go. I really think that people have a messed up relationship with money. They have many people, and I've had that. I've had a wrong relationship with money. A wrong relationship with money is a messed up relationship. It starts with wrong beliefs about it. If you realize that the love of money means a wrong relationship with money. It means an inappropriate relationship, inordinate amount of affection for money over people, money over things, money over experience, money over anything else. It makes you miserable. And that wrong relationship leads to sorrow. And a right relationship with money starts with the right beliefs. Remember, we started talking about this because we were talking about thinking like a champion, and I want to remind you that David had all these men that came to him. We read out of this in a Bible verse in 1 Samuel chapter 22, but David had this knack, he had this gift with men. Men came to him with three conditions in their lives. They were distressed, they were in debt, and they were discontented. And they came to him and he became captain over them. These very men turned into becoming mighty heroes. They were defined as or described as the mighty men of David. And they conquered great kingdoms, and they accomplished great feats, and they defeated many circumstances that came against their lives, and they overcame their trouble. And that's what champions do. We overcome. You overcome. You're an overcomer. You are a champion, and you're an overcomer. But these men had a wrong relationship with money. That's why they had so much debt. A wrong relationship with money is a need to have something now. So I'm going to compromise what money can do for me by having something now, by getting money to do for me right now what I want, rather than what I can make money do for me over the long run and have long-lasting success. So a right relationship with money starts with the right beliefs, and a wrong relationship with money is a byproduct of wrong beliefs. So we have beliefs like, do we fear not having enough? I know that I've felt that at times. Do we have a scarcity mentality? Do we feel guilty when we have an abundance? Do we truly believe that good success comes through hard work? Do we truly believe that God wants us to succeed? Do we truly believe God will provide for us? Some of these questions we need to ask ourselves, because therein lies much of the wrong relationships that we have with money, because part of why we settle in life for where we're at is because that's exactly where we believe we belong. The reason we settle for where we're at in life is because we actually believe that's where we belong. We settle for being in debt because we think that's where we belong. We settle for having less than because we think that's where we belong. We settle for living from paycheck to paycheck because that's where we feel we belong. That's where we believe we belong. And it's essential to conquer that kind of mindset and these kinds of mindsets in order to have your money begin to work for you. Now, I'm not trying to be Dave Ramsey on this podcast. I'm not trying to be a financial expert, but I have some experience with money, and I've had some losses with money, and I've had some gains with money. I have more gains than losses, and so I feel like it's okay for me to talk about this now. If all I was doing was losing, I should be talking about something else, like what you're eating or what you're believing about some other area of your life. But listen, when it comes to money and when it comes to life and what our rights are, we have the right to air, we have the right to find food as human beings, we have the right to survive. But outside of that, everything else that happens in your life is based on what you believe. It's what you believe. And I believe that you have the right to succeed. And frankly, you have the responsibility to succeed as well.